Giacomo Chiesa for the Polytechnic of Turin University. And we will have a few slides only reminding the fact, thanks also to our partner core that is working especially in the market domain, that what we are speaking about, and I think not only at the E-DYCE project, probably all the projects involved in this type of work, as a good and promising market that is growing behind them. So we have the possibility in some way to test and expand what we are working here, hoping at least for company in the next year. It's clearly that everyone who has working in the building domain point of view know that the renovation market is growing. Now we have only, if you look at data and expected data in the next few years, okay, with the lack of 2020 for COVID reasons, that's clear, the renovation market is pushing. And behind the pushing point of view, we have at least, we can say, 3 challenges, opportunities. Now, someone driven by European Commission, now renovation waves, with the aims to double at least the annual renovation rate by very few years, and the possibility to foster deep energy renovation and support the next, by 2020, aims to decarbonize the building sector. It's clear in the Next Generation EU also support with its recovery plan this possibility, and also in some way incentives the fact that also residential owners may have their houses refurbishment and supported. And on this point of view, there is market trends, climate change, rising risk with fossil fuels, now we know, and clearly a second market domain, which is the smart building, intelligence building, that will be growth, and as we see, is very spread, and it's not so easy also to integrate faster different technologies and providers. In addition to that, for example, E-DYCE is also thinking in a way in which data collection and data possibility, the extra data that we produce for the dynamic simulation and for managing the buildings, in line to what we propose in our protocol, is also maybe applied, for example, to other companies' interests. Like, for example, the environmental social governance management reporting of companies may take advantages and is compatible with what we propose. In addition to that, as E-DYCE, we support not only to target one specific list of stakeholders of end user, but a larger one. Now we have developed a Python interface of Energy Plus totally new. We have other supporting approaches and smart meter methodology, and we have several other renovation roadmap approaches and methodology and building performance KPIs that may be used by research institution, building association and building construction association, and consultant, including EPC expert, or why not, designer support. If we want only to collect, and for reason of time I will only mention a couple of keywords, clearly, of expert and policy recommendation that we have, it's important to mention the fact that the standard condition of EPC may be a good starting point, but we are still looking at the approach that we propose in the EPC protocol is very useful if we want to start to having a more deeper, or when you can say, analysis of energy consumption, and also so the application of energy saving policies or energy saving, I don't know, retrofitting choices of designer and people working in FORT using realistic conditions with specific point of view. In addition to that, it's clearly evident that the use of dynamic tools may be very valuable and very needed if we want to look at not only constant heat losses, but for example, dynamic phenomena like ventilative cooling, the support of free running technology that currently, for example, are not included in the majority of member states EPC protocol. In addition to that, we also have the fact that it's important to take account about the monitoring simplification objectives, like modeling, like monitoring in general is clearly that we monitor or we model for a given purposes. But it's very important to focus the fact that yearly monitor, yearly end data or build data will support energy performance, but does not detect the performance gap reason in some way, because we're not able to have a weekly time frame with early resolution to detect where is the peak of the problems and where the problem is in. In addition to that, it's also important in some way to disaggregate the KPIs, to have an idea, that's possible in some of the EPC, but not in all, to have an idea of the space heating, domestic water, this type of things, to have an idea again, so where the problem may arise. And in addition, to show the indoor environmental quality condition to end user, because that's alone a downscaling on them or a bad misunderstanding of the integration of free running. For policy recommendation, we clearly use the Geneva Canton case because it's our territorial case, so we have a sort of different domains in respect to some of the member state one. No? The need to communicate end user, the real end user data to officer, to central officers, it looks to be very interesting, very promising in some way, because there's a law to promote innovation have energy WB storages accessible, okay? Because now that's not like that. And also have the possibility to have an idea and support complementary policy tool that help people in every feedback after the renovation support. And also the policy to understand if the subsidies are really working well or not, and how to optimize this type of solutions. And in order to finalize our presentations, it's clearly evident that final energy in some way is not so bad to be shown, at least small in some way, because it's what we can directly compare with what we may have by actual use, no? Because the primary in some ways is difficult to be looked at. And in addition to that, it's also important to include in EPC in some way if you have a metering scheme, structured clearly, and a long time presenting, because in a disaggregated way, ventilation, heating, cooling, whenever it is, to support this type of things. We will prepare now white papers and a deeper list of recommendations, so if you are interested, please stay tuned and register to our mailing list. Thank you.